Second person voted out of Survivor 46, Jess.
Oh, man.
Jess, great game. Happy belated birthday. I have to
Thank
imagine that
you.
was a tough episode to watch back on your birthday.
Yeah.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm smiling because it's over.
We had quite an interesting spring break. How are you
Yes.
feeling watching the episode back? Did anything surprise you or stand out to you?
No, it's everything was as I thought it would be. Okay, the thing that surprised me, I'm very glad that they showed me eating the ants. Also, I have to show you my other prop. My husband bought ants from some vendor on eBay for our watch party. He put them on some cupcakes, and I'll just show you me eating them. I didn't think that I'd be shown eating them. Well, I did think I'd be shown eating them, and I was glad that they showed that. And so I made this other t-shirt because I was like, there.
That is excellent. As the credits are rolling, you have this confessional to the camera. You're saying that the rest of the Yanu tribe are masterminds. You got. In that moment, were you surprised by the outcome?
No. Also, I feel like that was like a hostage confession. Like I feel like I was reading a script or something, but I wasn't. I was not surprised. Like I knew that the thing was fake, and I was like, okay, just to set the stage, I did not sleep at all during sequester. So for 5 days, I had not slept. By the time of the morning, I was 5 days in with no sleep. That's 120 hours, I think. Yeah. So by the 5th day, when I got booted, I was 200 plus hours of no sleep. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but I was like, this thing is fake and I don't care and I need to sleep. And I don't want to play my shot in the dark because I don't want to have to spend another moment with any of these people except for Bhanu, because Bhanu was the only person that I felt like took the time to emotionally connect with me. And I love him so much. And I don't want people to go around thinking that he's evil or something because of that clip where he's like, yeah, which is so funny because at my birthday party, we made a video for him that's like, but I just I was like, goodbye. I'm done with this game. Like nobody's giving me a chance to play anyway, because I was so frustrated because at the very beginning of the game, I was obsessed with Kenzie in pregame. To the extent that as soon as we were allowed to talk to each other at the marooning, I grabbed her hand and I was like, I am so glad we're on the same tribe. And I really I was hoping to be on the same tribe as you. I really want to play with you. And they didn't show how much I was actually talking to the girls. And I was a little bit sad that that it just looked like I didn't even try to talk to them. Like I talked to them for a very long time, but it became very clear to me very early on that they did not want me around, or Kenzie did not want me around. And so when she comes up to me on the first episode and it's like, let's talk strategy, I'm like, I'm playing a slow game. I just didn't want to tell her anything because I thought she would use it as ammo against me, which is like what you also saw in the when we were walking in those rocks. I was like, I'm not going to say anything. Like, I don't want to work with you because you don't want to work with me. I don't want to work with you. And that's why I was like, I don't know if you remember that part because I didn't remember saying that, but yeah, where am I going with this? I was not surprised at all. I was just like, why are you making me look for an idol? I have no sleep and I just want to go home. Like, why? Okay, I'll just Jeff hates quitters. I'll just pretend to look for one, but please just get me off this island. I was praying for bats to come and bite me so I could get medevaced and leave honorably. I was if I go one more day without sleeping, I will die. I was starting to get very concerned because I have older people in my family that are dealing with sleep problems, and just seeing the cognitive problems that they have, and how it compounds over time. I was starting to get kind of scared for myself. And so, yeah, I was like, goodbye. Sorry, I don't want to cry, but I am crying.
Can you look me in the eyes and tell me that the idol is real?
I found the idol on date. I tell you what, just give it back.
So in terms of from the stick, you can tell this idol's fake right away to the best fake idol ever. You knew as soon as you saw it.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, this looks like the beads from every piece of thing that we have. This is fake. And then I went and asked Q, and then and when Q was like, no, it's real. I have to wake up early every morning to look for it. And now I have to find another one tomorrow morning. Kenzie was walking up to us while he was yelling at me in full volume about it. So I was like, she's in on this. I'm not long for this world and I don't care. And I'm going to play it because I don't have an ego about this. I don't care if I look stupid. I don't care if I look stupid. We're all stupid. I don't care if I look stupid. Like, I didn't personally suck at the challenge. We all sucked at the challenge.
Yeah, let's talk about the challenge, because that looked like that's the most grueling one I've seen in quite some time. And after it, or how long did it go on for, first of all?
I don't know, too long. I don't remember. I was just like, please let this be over. Everyone's shouting at me anyway. They're gonna blame me, and then I'll go home. Goodbye. Like, it just went on for too.
Yeah, Tiffany says that she's frustrated, and you immediately know she's talking about me. How did you know that in the moment that like all the frustration was pointed towards you? And do you think that that was fair watching it all back?
I felt like, I mean, it was something I was experiencing in the other challenges too. Like, it wasn't really anything new. So and it wasn't just, it was coming from everybody. So I was just like, I don't know. I was just like, it didn't even occur to me to like yell at anyone back, because I was just like, whatever, it's going to be on TV and people can watch the tapes and decide whether I truly sucked more than everyone else.
I honestly can't tell if she's for real, because she can look at you and make you feel like you're her best friend. So Kenzie is playing a great social game, and that's dangerous.
You and Kenzie and Bhanu are having this conversation, and
Yeah.
You said you already were kind of suspicious of Kenzie, but like it seemed like it really crystallized for you in that moment, and you turned to Bhanu and like you're like, we should target her. What was it about that conversation that made it abundantly clear that this isn't someone I want to work with, but someone I want to take out?
It was very clear to me early, and I was actually starting, as soon as Jelinski was voted out, I was like, I have to start planting the seed that like Kenzie is like very dangerous. Like, she does not want to work with me. She's actually the smallest person and the weakest person on the tribe. I'm strong. I played women's rugby and I was working out so much. Well, I'm not strong anymore because I don't work out anymore. But like, I look ripped when I was like, whoa, I look ripped. Anyway, I was like, stop saying that I'm weak. And so I was trying to plant the seed, and so I would go to Q and I'd be like, I don't trust Kenzie. She's like so socially fast. Like, she's just gonna snake by everybody at the merge. Like, we need to vote her out now. And I was saying this to Tiff as well, but it just kind of felt like they were all like such a strong trio. I knew that I couldn't penetrate it, but I tried. And like, I said it to anyone who would listen, clearly, like, I said it at tribal council, like, and I said it, I was saying it in the cave. I was saying it a lot more than what that cave showed. And that cave conversation was not when I realized it. I realized it the moment I tried to work with her, and then she just rebuffed it and was working with everyone else and preferred to keep Jelinski over me, which is like bonkers, because it seemed to me that he was doing everything in his power to just like destroy the integrity of the tribe. And I was like, this early on, we need to be working as a team so that we have numbers moving forward, and so that we have the fire that we can eat actual protein, like big globs of protein, rather than being like feasting on these tiny little ants. Like, why are you trying to keep around somebody who like is like a liability in every regard? So yeah, I was just like, and I knew that she was the one that was like trying to keep him around. I was like, I'm not having it. Please listen to me, but you're not going to, because it's very clear that it was like clear to me that people might not respect me. So
as you're pitching to Q that Kenzie should be looked at, he's like, well, I need Tiffany in order to do this. Did that read to you as something like genuine, that like he would vote that way if he got Tiffany, or did it seem like an excuse?
It seemed like genuine. It was very clear to me that he was very, very close to Tiffany. It was very clear to me that Tiff and Kenzie were close. The thing that surprised me about the episode was how iffy Q was about Ken's, because I thought they were also very close, because I just thought they were very close. It was just very clear to me that they were close. And so it totally logically made sense, especially because Tiff on the first day was like, Jess, I know you're going to be real with me. And she was with Q when she said this. And so I thought we kind of had this thing going on where like Q and Tiff and I were kind of working together. Q and I were definitely working together. Tiff and Kenzie were 100% working together. And Bhanu was kind of floating around, and I loved him a lot. That's all I remember.
I want to talk about Bhanu and like everything that went down at the tribal council. He was revealing that he had talked to each of the other 3 players on the tribe specifically to like solidify those alliances, and not mentioning your name, and then said that you guys hadn't built a relationship since the day before. What was your relationship like with Bhanu, and did you see those conversations go down? Could you tell that maybe he was aligning more with them and going in that direction?
Bhanu and I were very, very, very close. Like he was my best friend on the tribe. He was the person where like when I was like having trouble sleeping, he was like, Jesse, like if you're having trouble sleeping, let's go for walks together. He was the person that I felt like was trying to get to know me as a person, which was very important to me because like when you're playing a game that's as long and grueling as this game, even though everyone's like, it's only 26 days, like it moves a lot faster than you would think. And with 6 people in your tribe, you have nowhere to hide. So I was like, I just really need a person that I can hold on to that like that wants to understand my soul and like whose soul I also understand. And so like I was glad actually when he was saying all that stuff, I was glad that he didn't kind of blow up my closeness with him because I thought that would have made things worse. Like I felt like he was doing me a favor by not mentioning that I like that he and I had talked strategy and not that and that he and I were very close.
Why did you write his name down ultimately?
I knew that they were not going to vote for Kenzie. And I also, I guess I was like, I kind of was like, well, I'm like 99.9999% sure that I'm going home. But if he has to but then I was like, maybe I have to get him off the island too, because he was having a rough go of things too, as you can tell from that tribal council.
Let's say that there's a universe where you did stay. What do you think you would have done strategically to stay in the tribe and make it to the merge, perhaps?
What would I have done to stay in the tribe? I like actually like don't know because those three were so close to each other. I know that Q would have been the easiest to convince, perhaps, but Tiff and Kenzie I knew was just like an impenetrable bond. But Q I was like I knew I had a bit of a chance with him, but because the perception was that I was such a challenge liability, I don't know. Like with strategy, like you can come up with all the strategies in the world, but when you're working against people that are so strong, I couldn't squeeze water from stone. There's only so much agency someone can have, especially around people that have already made up their minds about something, or people that are just have a very specific idea of how they want to play and or maybe not as flexible as you'd like them to be.
I want to quick talk about Tiffany leading you on this idol hunt. What was your radar on that? Did you feel like that was genuine, or did you feel like she was leading you somewhere?
No, I was kind of like, now I have to perform like I want to find an idol. Like I just want to go. Like leave me alone. I've had no sleep. I'm gassed from the challenge. Like and now I have to act like I was like performing. I was like I have to act like I'm looking for an idol so that Jeff and the fans don't hate me because people don't like when people give up. So I was just kind of like I'm gonna pretend, but I don't care. Like just get rid of me. I don't care. You've already like tried to like I feel like yeah. So I kind of lurched around and then it was like so shocking to hear, oh, she is like how dumb can someone be to not be able to find it? And it's like, well, I didn't find the first one. Why would I know where you found the first one? I'm not a mind reader. So I don't know. I was just like performing, looking for one, but I was so exhausted. Like you have to understand that when I have 5 hours of sleep, I'm like, I'm not getting on my bike today. I'm going to die if I go out in the street. And so I should be in the Guinness Book of Records, honestly, for how many hours I didn't sleep. I actually wonder if they have any footage of me sleeping. I don't like or snoring or anything like that. Like they probably, I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But yeah, where was I going with all this? What did I think? I was just like, I'm going to perform like I'm looking for one, but I don't care. Like I don't care. And it's so funny because everyone thinks that everyone else thinks like them, but I don't think like them. And that's why when I played the idol, I was like, I don't care if I look stupid.
Before I let you go, Jess, what did Survivor mean to you before you played the game, and what does it mean to you now?
Before I played the game, I thought it was like, I mean, what is it? Is it a game or is it a social experiment? Is it entertainment or is it a game? Like, if it's a game, how fair is it? Like, I think Survivor has shown me like what real life has shown me, which is luck and timing is everything. And sometimes you just don't get put on a tribe where you're a good culture fit. Like, I think I would have been fine on Sika. I would have been fine on Nami. Before the show, it was like this really cool way for people to show like all the different skills that they have and all the different talents and the things about their personality to showcase how like any number of things could happen for somebody to win the game and do well in the game. Like, it just seemed like this total, like, it just seemed like people had in my head, I thought people had a lot more agency. And then when I played the game, I was like, I think there's a limit to people's agency. And in my head, I was like, there's some degree of like, is this a meritocracy before the game? And after it, I was like, this is a middle school cafeteria, and a middle school cafeteria is not a meritocracy. I didn't think it'd be so Lord of the Flies.
That's fair. Is before I let you go, last thing, is there anything that someone in your life, in real life or on Twitter, like an alum, has said to you that has meant the most watching, like, probably a challenging episode?
Oh my gosh. Okay. There's two things that have meant a lot to me. One is I have had these like Gen Z or Gen Alpha, I don't know how old they are, but I've had some people making these really adorable fan cams of me on TikTok. And they're so cute and they make me look so adorable and sad. And I really love them because I feel very seen by them. And so, but on the other side of the generation spectrum, I've had these like older people that reach out to me that are like, you were very strong. You're a strong, like upstanding, gracious person. And I also really appreciate that too. So I don't know. I appreciate the love that I've gotten, because for a long time I like hated myself because I was like, I should have slept more. But then I was like, no amount of sleep would have like helped me, because I don't think I could have done anything. I don't think that I could have done anything to change the way people like, I don't think there's that much more that I could have done aside from just feel better while I was out there. So it's been nice to see that people kind of see things for what they are, because I really blamed myself a lot for what was happening. And then I was like, no, it's not a me problem. It's an us problem.